this next story went under the radar, even though it's actually one of the biggest gaming stories of the year. Like, this is huge, but it's for a game nobody plays because we're all men, you know? Carlos, so you said $45 billion. What the fuck is going on here?
So there's a video game that a lot of us older people are not too aware of. But I mean, if you're old and you have kids, you definitely know this game, and it's called Roblox. I have no clue what the game is about. I just know my nephew plays it all the time. Actually, my nephew got in trouble because I think he spent over $100 one day for microtransactions in that game. Mm-hmm. It was a mess. What a day! It's that game, and that company went public this week, and it went really well. They went public. Let me check real quick. What was the starting price? Roblox.
Your upper room AK got some money off of that shit. He just said, "Oh boy."
Oh, you did nice.
$5.
What happened?
It opened at 64.75.
Okay.
And it's currently at 73.85 or 73.64.
We don't have too many people that listen to this. By this I mean like too many that like it's gonna water down that kind of thing. He's absolutely right. That's a hot stock tip. Not just in video game circles, but like it's set to do some big things. The company is also heavily invested in VR technology, both in gaming and for things like virtual distance, like surgery or doctor meetups and things like that. When you hear about these things in the future, they're talking about all the things they can do with VR. That's one of the things this company's leveraging.
Well, the thing about, I'm going to say this, people don't talk about this. As somebody who's worked in TV animation and stuff like that, you don't know the power of children because it is a constantly rolling wheel that people that companies always sort of take advantage of. A good example of this is the 80s. When the laws were changed, to where, advertising for children became a little bit more lax, and you could literally have 30-minute cartoons on television that were essentially advertisements for the products that these things are, figures or toys and stuff like that. And the one thing about it is that, especially when something like a Roblox, the way that works is that's sort of word of mouth and a few other different things. And that's the one key about a lot of this. Once you get kids involved, it constantly rolls after itself because other kids tell other kids who tell other kids to continue to do it. So if you may have a drop off, but as long as you keep the content rolling, you continue to keep having them come back. It's the same way that Fortnite works. It's the same way that Minecraft works.
Yeah, I do want to say a couple of things on this, right? Because, again, we're adults. We don't really pay attention to this stuff. Roblox is a game I just knew about, but I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's some Minecraft ripoff, right? But one of our friends, David Jagano, he actually wrote like an actual like book on it, like a how-to guide. I'm not going to give away all the information, but he said like, yo, it's a consistent money maker for him. Like, he does very well off of this book, off of the residuals, right? And here's the funny thing, right? Hilarious that this happened this week. So this weekend, on Saturday, my nephew was over, right? It was my nephew and two nieces, right? By the way, I got to paint a picture for you guys before I get to this part. So, had my nephew on my PC, right? He was playing Roblox, right? The girl, right? The oldest girl, she's like 10 now. She was playing Fortnite on the tablet, right? And then the little one, 3 years old, fucking TikTok. I'm like, yeah, this is modern kids right there. They're literally doing all the stereotypical shit modern kids do, right? Anyway, so I'm watching them play Roblox, right? And this is legit what I thought. Just giving you guys my raw thoughts. I'm like, yo, imagine being a game developer. You went to school, you worked hard, you trained hard, and you make bullshit like this. How demoralizing must that be? Let me finish. I'm the fucking stupid one because those motherfuckers are laughing all the way to the bank right now, making that bullshit game, man. That's crazy.
Man. Here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna say this. I don't think they're just putting out shit just to put out shit. I definitely think
it looks like shit. I'll tell you that right now.
It looks like I definitely think that they genuinely. It's not like PUBG. PUBG just literally just used a bunch of clip art 3D models to make a game out of. Roblox, I do think there is definitely a method to the madness behind it. I don't think that those people are embarrassed that they do make that game.
I wouldn't be if I made all that fucking money.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I knew, me and Kari used to know a guy that like his only thing he did was he made Dora the Explorer artwork for a living. You think, oh man, Dora the Explorer, whatever. Homeboy makes a lot of money doing that shit. Drawing the same fucking two angles that you see Dora the Explorer at.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad you bring that up because I would think the same thing. I'm like, oh man, you fucking talented artist, and that's the shit you gotta put out. But you're making money, It's
making good money off of that.
No, I'm not begrudging. I'm like, but that's always been a thing that I, not to go too off topic, and Brett, I'll let you go next. But I've always thought that, like, every time I see like mobile games, I'm like, Jesus, man, like that's what you're doing, really? But motherfuckers are making bank, so can't begrudge them that. Anyway, Brett, we're gonna say, man,
there's a fair amount of art and stuff that sort of goes into that stuff. You don't need, you're not going to be totally embarrassed about the things you're going to be doing. Here's the thing. I knew people that worked on Sesame Street, literally, preschool stuff, doing that sort of stuff. Made great livings doing that stuff. I mean, you can definitely make good. You can make good of what might be considered childish, but that's the thing. When you do that sort of stuff, that you're not only affecting the minds of the young, but you're also, again, you're dipping into a constantly a rolling cycle of people. Us who are all cynical and don't care, like, this is not what I want, blah blah blah. Kids don't care that much about that.
They really don't.
They're looking to play something fun. So the repetitive action of whatever, and I believe, just like Minecraft, there's two types of play. You have your structured play, which is like buying the Lego set that literally has all the pieces that you'll need to play the game, to make whatever you need to make. And then, of course, there's the other side of it where you can be openly creative and make little worlds and make little games. Same like Minecraft.
Yeah.